topic, which is nothing but I think I have gathered so much of data for you. You can see this is all for you only. But to cover all this, at least we need months together. We cannot finish this course within 2 months or 3 months if we cover everything. At least we need 6 months if you want to do this program at this level. Okay, but it's okay. First,
Okay.
first what we do is let us go with whatever that is needed first, the basic level and foundation, and then programs to understand all that concepts or topics. Okay, let's proceed now. Today, what we do is we'll talk about set data structure or set collection. So far we have discussed about string, and we have discussed about list. We have discussed about tuple, all this, and we did numerous projects on all this. Number of
Sir,
projects
please,
on.
sir, please share me the screen.
Oh, sorry, I'm not sharing screen. Let me share the screen. We did number of projects on all these string, list, and tuple. So today we'll talk about set collection. So we'll see what is set and right, and then what methods are there in set and how to create set and how to work with set. All the basics that are needed to implement set. Let's do that now. The first thing is set. What is set here? Again, same like list. Set is also a data structure. Okay. Set is a DS or a collection. And also one more important thing is here, what's the uniqueness of set? If somebody asks you how set is unique from other data structures like list, tuple, and string, means the first thing is the very important thing is set doesn't allow duplicates. No duplicates. Simply speaking, it doesn't allow duplicates. That is one thing. Next one, second one. It is heterogeneous. It accepts different types of data. What is that? It is heterogeneous and also mutable. It is heterogeneous and mutable. You can modify data of set. You can replace or you can update or you can delete data from a set. All this you can do on set data structure or a set collection. So we can say set is heterogeneous and mutable. Next, after that, another important thing is insertion. Here, this is not indexed data structure. One important thing about set is a non-linear data structure. What is that? It is a non-linear data structure. Means no indexing. You don't have indexing for set like you have indexing for which one? For tuple or list or string. You don't have indexing for set. Right? Next one after that. So fourth one. What is fourth one? So another important thing is we cannot apply slicing here, like how we did slicing. So no slicing on set collection, no slicing here. One more important thing, right? Next after that, what else? Insertion order is not preserved. You cannot expect same order in which you enter values in a set, right? If you print, you cannot expect the same order. If you even if you sort also, you cannot expect same order. Means insertion order is not preserved. Why it's not preserved? Because simple. It doesn't have index. If you don't have index, we cannot preserve that insertion order. That order might change, keep on changing, right? It might, but we cannot predict that order as well because internally set uses something called hash code. So based on hash code, all these values or objects are inserted into a set. And values are inserted according to hash code. That is why we don't know, right? We don't know the insertion order of the set, in which order that elements are printed or elements are displayed. We don't know that, friends. Just a simple idea is insertion order not preserved. Another very important is it doesn't allow duplicates. This is very important feature. And even in interviews, people ask a quick question like what is the difference between list and set? In some interviews, people might ask. One important difference we have to tell to them, they expect this answer. List allows duplicates, set doesn't allow duplicates. If you don't want duplicates, choose set. If you want duplicates, choose list. That is what you should be very clear on that. Okay. So these are all important characteristics or features of set here. I hope you are clear with all these fundamentals or characteristics of set here. Okay. Right. Now, let us see this now. Also, you got clarity, right? Set inserts data according to some hash code. Based on hash code, this data is inserted into a set here, friends. Right. So now let's get into the another important thing. Right? What is that? How to create set or how to create set or ways to create set. How many ways we create set? Right? We can create set in 2 ways, friends. In how many ways we can create set? We can create set in 2 ways. One is using simple this thing operator. So way one, right? We have 2 ways to create any collection. Two fundamental ways or approaches. One approach is using operator, something like this, some set name equal to. This is how we can create a set. Opening bracer val1 comma val2 comma dot dot dot. So here we use braces. Same thing we use for dictionary. Difference is here we try to enter value by value, but in dictionary we enter data as key and value pairs. Right? I hope this is clear. This is approach one or way one. Right? Now, for example, you can take an example to create a set sum S1 equal to, you can just add some data like this. This is a simple way to create a set. I hope this is clear for all of you. Right? So how do you create a set? We can create set in. This is one way, right? Using this operator bracer. This bracer helps you to create set and just add whatever values you want one by one after the another. And this is nothing but one way of creating a set. And this is the simple example. Right, next one after that. What is the next one? Way two. Next one is, and here one more important thing, you don't have index for a set. Just remember, keep in mind, set don't have any index. And you cannot apply indexing on set. If you want to extract some element, we have methods. We use that method to get a value from set. That's all. But we cannot apply any index here. You got it right. So keep that point in mind, friends. Next one, way two. We can use a method like set here, set method, right? And simply this can be used in 2 ways. Set method is used to create a set, one thing, right? This is used to create an empty set. Right? What it can be used to create empty set. That is one thing. Second thing, also it acts as a conversion function. What is that? It acts as conversion function. Right. So in this way, set can be used in 2 ways, friends. I hope this is clear for you. Next after this, what is the next thing? You can see here now. For example, let's take an example. Let's create a set one equal to set. This simply creates empty set. Right? This creates empty set. That's all. Next after that is suppose if you want to add values to this set, we can pass any iterable object to this set. Iterable object means that it can be, what is that? It can be list, it can be tuple, it can be set itself, or it can be dictionary. We can pass any iterable object, means any collection to this. For example, if I want to pass some values to this set, I can take some list of values like this, and I can pass to the set method. Now this creates what is that? Now this whole list gets converted to the set and a set is created. So in this way, you can also create a set like this. By passing some iterable object to that set, we can create a new set like this. Okay, so that's it, friends. So this is the simple idea. Different ways to create set. The first way is using this braces. Second way is using set method, and how to create an empty set or how to pass an iterable object. To this, you can pass multiple objects. Like it's not like we can pass only list. If you want, you can pass a tuple, put simple tuple here. Okay, something like this. And similarly, if you want, you can pass set itself as a data, like something like this. You know how to create set, right? Simple set. Use a processor and then just create and pass values like this. Right? Something like this. So these are different ways we can build a set or create a set. I hope this is clear for all of you friends. Understood now? So that is the idea. Clear now? Right. Next one after this. So we have seen both ways of creating set. Next one, let us quickly understand let us quickly test all this and understand methods of set class, because another important point is what is set here. Set is a class. What is that? Set is a class. Let me say set is a built-in class or predefined class. I'm writing because to make sure you don't have any confusion with my words or anything. So it is a built-in class. As it is built-in class, it have built-in methods, and we use those methods to perform operations on sets. Okay, so that's the quick idea, friends. Let's get to the now open PyCharm. Now create a new folder. We'll do another projects once we finish all this data structure topics completely, and then we jump for some time. We work on some projects which helps you to get a deeper insight about this Python programming. Okay, now what do you do? There is some error in the code, that's why we are getting error. We can remove all this, no problem. This is not needed. Okay, now create what is that, a new project package. That Python package is just create as a set projects. Now let's start creating some projects on sets. And the very basic project is intro, set intro. And we do very useful scenarios that helps even for interview as well, because these are whatever we discuss, they are popular interview scenarios as well. People ask you to write code to do all that. We'll do that as well today. First thing. So now in this intro, what did we discuss? Creating set. And how do you create set? Simple. We can create it in two ways. And approach one. What is first approach? Here you can put this in comment. Using braces. But that should have data. If you don't put data, by default, it is dictionary. Braces can be used to create dictionary and set. But by default, it is dictionary. Unless you add some data, it won't become set. That too, we add elements, just like independent elements, not key value base. If you add key value base, it is dictionary. Okay. Anyhow, let's see. Some set 1 equal to, you can add some data like this, see. And this is a simple set. Just print it first. Let's print it and we'll see step by step. We try to understand important things about set step by step. Okay, print set 1. Now run this code. Run this. Okay, you can see here, right? It's printing. This is fine. Another approach. Let us first test both approaches, and then we'll discuss something very interesting and useful for interviews. Okay. Next one, approach 2. Approach 2, we can construct a set using set method like this, right? So here, instead of braces, all this, what is that? You can use a set here. If you just pass data like this acts as a set. If you want to know, just also do one thing. If you want to know what is the type of this, is it set or dictionary, then check type of set one. You know, right? How to test the type of some data type. It might be anything. User defined or primitive. Primitive means int, float. All these are primitive types. This is non-primitive. These class types are non-primitive. Right? Just apply type of set one here. Okay. Next. And here just print set again. Right? And we'll come back to approach 2. I'm just showing you like how to make sure you are using a set or not, how to test it. Just apply type and see if it is a set or a dictionary. Now run this quickly. This is an empty set. You don't get anything. Maybe you can use set 2 not to get confused, not to confuse you. Put it as set 2. Now run this. Now you can see this is class set, not dictionary. Suppose you create an empty one. I'm just showing you quickly what if it is empty. Right? See, it is dictionary. See, by default, this is dictionary. Once you add some data like this, some data like this, not as key value pair, like regular values, like how we add in lists or tuple, right? All these are previous data structures. This becomes set. Right? Now, if you see again, it is again converted to set. Once we add data, based on that data, interpreters assigns a data type to that. If whether it should be a set or whether it should be a dictionary, like how you add data to these processors. If it is not key value pair, it is set by set. If you don't add by default, it is dictionary. Or else if you add key value pairs, it becomes dictionary. I hope you got clarity now. So we should add data like this if we want it to be a set. We are done with this, friends. We created two sets, two approaches of creating sets. And you can see this is just an empty. We didn't add anything to the set 2. And if we print that, it is just displaying the empty set here. Can you see here? It's just an empty set. All right. Suppose if you want to add explicitly, add data to that set method explicitly, you can use any iterable object. Right? That object can be, what is it? It can be list, or it can be tuple, or it can be set itself, or it can be dictionary, anything, or string even. String is also iterable, means something like collection. Now run this issued while. You can see here, right? Right, in both cases, it is working. Fine. This is how a quick idea about how to create set. Both different two approaches of creating set. Fine. An important scenario. Suppose I'm asking, you can answer if you think, you answer in the chat box, right? Please answer in the chat box. No need to unmute yourself. So here I'm creating data like this. As per one thing, as per the characteristics of set doesn't allow duplicates. That is one of the core characteristic of set, core feature of set, right? Suppose I am adding duplicate values. What happens if I run? Do I get any error here if I print it? Right? Do you get any error is the question. If you think you can, if you can answer in the chat box, please answer. Set 3. Do you get any error here? Simple answer is simple. We don't get any error. It just removes those duplicate elements. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, we have a duplicate copy of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we add duplicates element to the set, simply set just removes that duplicate values. You got it right? It will simply eliminate duplicates. It don't throw any error, but just removes duplicates. Right click and run this and see here, right? This is not anyhow set, sorry. This is not set. I created a tuple, right? So see, now let's run this now. Tuple allows duplicates, no problem with that because it is indexed data structure. Now see, this is set. Now if I run this, we have duplicate data. Then run this now. Set remove those duplicates. Actually, we should have 10 elements. After adding those values to set, and if you print it, see, it removed all those duplicates. This is what the main characteristics of set. It don't allow duplicates. I hope this is clear. And this is one important question people ask in interviews. So this is one simple scenario. I'm taking one simple scenario for interviews. You have a scenario. They ask you, you have a list of duplicates, right? Some list one, you know, list by now, right? We have a clear idea about list. I have list of duplicates now, right? So they ask a question, how do you remove duplicates from a list? This is one famous question in interviews, friends, trust me, right? So one approach we had already discussed. We had discussed about how to remove duplicates from a list by writing a simple code. And if you use set, you can remove duplicates just like that. You don't need to sweat much here. You don't need to work hard here. Right? Simple thing. If you are using set, what is that? Simply, you can do this some set, right? You can just say set 4 equal to, right? Set of, you pass that list one to set. Then automatically what happens, all elements of list, whichever duplicate elements are there in the list, all those duplicates are removed and set with unique elements is created. What happens, set with unique elements is created. Now right click, run this. Now you can see here, right? Sorry, just a minute. What is that I should do? I didn't print this set 4. If I print set 4, we get actual output from the set 4. This is the previous one. Okay, let me print it. So this is one simple solution, friends. You got it right. So if you want to remove duplicates from a list, the most easiest thing to do in work environment, maybe in interview, maybe they ask you to write a code without using set. Sometimes they ask that question also. If you just use set and show him that this is how you remove duplicates, this is something most of the learners, most of the Amirpet people do. Right? Sometimes they ask you to write a code also just to understand how far you are good with your coding skills. Right? But in when you are doing development in your project, generally we follow this only because we don't depend on writing explicit code, all that, not needed. Because set simply removes duplicates. Now you see I'm running this. Now if you see the output, see 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all. Again 1, 2, 4, 4. But how many duplicates are 1, 2, 4 are duplicates? That 1 to 4, it is not repeating again in this last output. Means what set simply removed them. That's what set did here. So this is one of the very useful scenario for interviews and even to work in your project. We generally keep applying this scenario, friends. Okay, well, this is one important thing. Okay, this is all about simple idea. Next one, extracting. Now iterating set. Now we should see some basic things. How do you iterate set? Suppose if you want print elements of set, how do you print that? We don't have index for set. If you don't have index, right, one thing, no indexing for set. If you have indexing, we can use index and get a element from set by using index. But if you don't have index, then how do you extract element from set? Then we apply, what is that we apply? One is iterating set. So what is that we do? One approach is, right, iterating. Okay, next, let us see that now. Simply You choose any set of your choice. We have many sets here, right? So many sets are here. Set 1, set 2, set 3, set 4. You iterate anything. Let's use set 1. We have elements from 1 to 6 there. Okay. Let's iterate it. For I in set 1. Simply, you know how to apply iterator by now. We had used this number of times. For the dummy variable in that collection, then just print it. And you can do whatever you want on that. You can do sum of elements, you can print even or odd, you can print prime or composite. You can do whatever you want. You can do so many things. You got it right, friends. So here, just print I. It gives you all elements of a set. Let's right click and run this. And you can see set 1. This is the first one. So set 1 has elements 1 to 6, and we are printing one by one here from a set. Printing values one by one from a set 1. Okay, this is fine. Suppose simple operations, you can do all that sum operations. For example, let me quickly show you. I want to find sum of all elements of a set. So what is that I do? Sum of elements of set. Right? So approach 1. We can play in many ways if you are working with this approach 1. What is that approach 1? Simply you take some result variable and assign to 0. And then for I in set 1 colon anything. This is same for any data structure. When you do, if you want to do sum of first 10 numbers, this is the simple logic we apply. And result equal to result plus I. And let's set iterate in whichever order. Even though insertion order is not preserved, we don't need to care about it. What we need is we want to iterate all elements of set, and we want to add all elements of set. That's all. And this loop does that. This iterator is doing that. That is enough for us. Okay, let's print result now. So let's print what is that? The result is, and then processor dot format. If you want format, apply format, else you can use regular print, whatever you think is best for you. Okay, print result. We are done. This is approach 1. We just did a little homework here, we just expanded ourselves here. We just wrote a simple iterator and did a quick sum here. Right, this is one approach. Let's run this now. Finally, you will get sum of first 6 numbers should be 21. This is perfect answer. Fine. Approach 2. See, when you look at approach 2, it makes much more simpler for you. And this is what we follow in development. Suppose when you are working in a project, there you don't need to show your skills to yourself, because project is something which you develop. So there we don't need to show your programming coding abilities to anyone, friends. So here generally we follow approach 2 to find sum of any data structure like list or set or tuple or anything. Simple solution is what? Sum 2 equal to. Okay. Simply we just apply. There is that built-in method sum, right? We had discussed some time back. Sum average. Average is not there. Sum min max. Sorted. Any all. We had discussed some generic methods which we can apply on any data structure. To find sum, we have direct built-in sum method. To this sum, just pass what set 1. And even sum 2 also yields. Sum 2 also produces same result as this one as approach 1. But this is very fast and simple. You don't need to spend much time to implement approach 2. Just print that sum 2 here, copy this sum 2 and paste it here. That's all. Now run this. We get same output in you can see here. We get same output in approach 2 and same output in approach 1. And which one you follow when you do coding in a project? I follow generally this one. I don't use this. Of course, while learning, you can apply all this, friends. Similarly, suppose I work with some list and I need to add all the data, elements of list. That situation comes, friends. Right? Because I usually work with that kind of use cases. So I am trying to give that experience to you, share that experience. So this is approach 2. Got it right, friends? That's all. This is quick idea about what we generally implement at a learning level. Here, this one. What generally we can use when you do development. This is much more easier and recommended when you go for a real-time coding, when you work for a project code. Right, next. So this is done, friends. What else we take now? So we had discussed about all these things. Let me just share this with you in the chat box. Where is this? Okay, you can copy that code and test it if you want, friends. Okay. Next one after that is, so we have discussed about all the fundamental scenarios about set. Let's discuss about methods of set. What is that? Methods of a set class. Built-in methods. So here we don't need to open any website or any this thing. We can directly get it. Suppose if you want to see the list of methods of set class, this is PyCharm, right? It has well-built IntelliSense. Just use that set name dot. When you say set name dot, it shows you all that list of methods that are present in set class. You can clear copy. This we had discussed some time back as well. Clear, copy, pop, remove, add, all this. Union, update. You got this, friends? So all this is fine, right? Add method is used to add element to a set. Remove method is used to remove element from a set. And these are all set, something specific to set. These methods are something exclusively applied on sets. Like, we had this, you have learned something about sets in school days. Difference of two sets, intersection of two sets, superset of a set, subset of a set, all this. Right? Just for learning purpose, we will discuss all this. But I didn't use any of these methods in my project, because maybe when you work with that kind of mathematical project, you might need all these, friends. Because I don't work with mathematical project, I generally don't depend on these kind of methods. You got it right? But anyhow, for learning purpose, we'll discuss all this list of methods. First thing, we'll start one by one. We'll start with add. We'll go in some order so that you get a clear idea about which method should be used, which are very important methods. Add, remove, pop. Okay. And then union not update. These are all other methods are something specific to set. Let's for some time ignore them. Right? Add, remove, pop, copy, and update. These are core methods. And then other methods are something specific to set. And most of looking at the names itself, you can quickly remember. So let's start with this now. Suppose let's start methods of set. We are going to talk about add method and then remove method. Looking at names itself, and we understand they are self-descriptive. Add an element to a set. Remove element from a set. Right? This will add an element to a set. Okay. And remove an element from a set. And next one after that, what else do we have? Copy method. Copies. It creates another copy of a set. Right? Create another copy of a set. Okay. Next one. And what if we use copy method? Next after that is clear anyhow. Before clear, let's say update. Update, I think it is used to combine two sets, I believe, but we'll check and see. Okay. So another is update. Next one is clear. These are all core methods of set class. Right. We'll check on this first quickly. right? First thing, let's create an empty set. Some set 5 equal to. We have created 4 sets so far. I'm creating an empty set now and assigning to the set name set 5. Okay. Now just create an empty set like this. Now if I print it, nothing will be there in this empty set 5. Now I want to add element by element to this set. Right? Then in that case, set is also dynamic, friends. One more important point about this set is set is dynamic. Means you can add how many ever elements you want to a set, or you can remove how many ever you want. Of course, it all depends on your project requirement. But set is dynamic. Dynamic means it is growable and shrinkable. You can add how many ever objects you want to a set, or you can remove or you can delete whatever elements or objects from a set. Now we created an empty set. Now I want to add some elements. Let's add some elements. So let's add some data to set. Right. I'm adding some marks to a set. Otherwise, I'll create a mark set here. Okay. Mark set. Okay. And I'm printing that mark set first. So these are my marks. Right. Let me add it. Something like marks underscore set equal to set dot add of so 90 out of 100. Okay. Similarly, adding some data, some random data. It's not like it should be in some order. Okay. I'm adding some 6 marks because usually we have 6 subjects, adding some 80. Okay. Some 70 or some 70, some 85. Okay. And some 60 just for validation purpose. Also, you can add different leaks of data, like not at very highest or very lowest. You can add mix of data from fail marks to all different types of data. And finally, one more type is what is that? You can add some 40 also, no problem. So this is a simple idea how to add data to a set. Now let's print it after add. By seeing this simple thing, anyone can do this simple addition of data to a set. Anyone can simply do this. Okay. Now print mark set. Okay. Right click and then run this. See, you have marks here, right? But one thing you observe here. What is that you can observe here, friends? You see that I added 90 first, but are you seeing 90 here first? It's showing 70. After that, it 40. After that, 80. After that, 85, 90, 60. This is what I am saying since the beginning. This is not indexed data structure. So you cannot expect order of elements in the same order you are passing. All elements will be there in the set, but we don't know which element will be at which position or at what position. Internally, it takes the hash code of 90 and inserts that element somewhere in that set. Right? You got it right, friends. This is what I am saying. Insertion order is not preserved. If you look at this, I inserted 90 first, but 70 is appearing here in the as first element. And I inserted 80 as second element, but I am getting 40 in the output. And this is what insertion order is not preserved means. Right? Now right click and run this now. That's all, friends. This is the idea. This is the idea about how to add elements to a set. Now we have added elements to the set. Here you can see how many we have added. 6 elements. Suppose I want to find length of set. We don't have any built-in length method present in set class. We don't have length method in set class, length of a set. Then if I want to find length of a set, how can I do it, friends? Simply, we can use that generic or common method len. So set length equal to, simply I can apply this is something which we apply on any collection len of. Okay, I can simply say mark set and just run this now. See, So, and print it, of course. I didn't print right. Without printing, how can I get length of that set? It should return 6 friends. If I say set length, okay, it should give us 6. Let's run this now. See, perfect. Got it right. Suppose I want to know sum of all my marks. This is very simple, right? How to find sum of marks? Got it right, friends? Suppose I want average of my marks. Right? You can do all this in quick shots. You can do all this very fast in Python using that built-in methods. Suppose if I want sum of marks, okay, total sum, just take a variable or sum total, anything is fine. Total sum or total sum equal to simply you can apply sum of marks set. That will give you total sum. Suppose I want of average of marks, simply equal to. I can simply say total sum by, suppose assume that this set is dynamic. After some time, I might add some more elements to the set. Then how to get average of my marks? Simply to get dynamic average. Not suppose we know now we have 6 elements. Maybe sometime later I will add few more elements. Then whatever the logic you write here, it should apply in all cases. You add 6 or 10 or 100 or 1000 or 1 lakh. Then it should get that average for any number of marks. Simply what is that you should do? Then sum total sum by length. You can apply length function directly here. Length of what? Simply you can say mark set. Just this is something which should strike your mind, friends. That's all. There's nothing in programming. Same thing, similar thing you do in even in development. But one thing that should strike in your mind at that time is okay, we can apply length here. That length gives total number of marks at any time. Sorry, not total number of marks. That length gives total number of elements at any time in a set. Might be you add 6 or 10 or 100 or anything, and this will dynamically generate average. Now you don't need to look for how many are there at right now. In how many elements are there in the current instance, and again you don't need to again check how many I have added later. You don't need to do all that, friends. Not needed. This gives you dynamic average. Right now you can print both. Okay, print simply see the total marks. Okay. Totally simple. I'll just make it simple. Comma. I'm not using placeholder this time. Just applying simple basic print statement. The total is comma. Just separate. If you want to use this kind of print, just use comma after each value. Is you can say simply total sum. So this is much more the basic one. And again, the average is something. And after that comma, you should put comma, and then you can just print the average marks. Okay, and close this and run this code now. Execute code. You can see here. Total marks is 425, and then average is 70.8 or something. So this is how, suppose you add 2 more here, right? After this, dynamically add 2 more elements. Still it will get, now I am adding 2 more, some 40, let it be. Now again run this now. Now you can see here. I think it's almost same. It doesn't have big difference or what? Just a minute, friends. It should give, that is not updated here. Just a minute. Seems like something is missing. Mark set is fine. Let me rerun again. Why it got stuck? Added now how many? 8 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 8 are there. Then I should get 8 here. Again, something happened to PyCharm. This is PyCharm issue, not program issue. So we created empty set. We added how many elements here? 8 elements. This should print 8. Why we are not getting 8 elements? And also we should get 8 here. Some issue here with the okay. This is perfectly working fine, friends. This is working perfectly fine because it don't allow duplicates, right? Okay, so what we do is let's give some different values here. So let me use some 68 and and some 69. No duplicates, right? So why it is producing same output? Because it removes duplicates, right? That is why we get this issue. And it is working perfectly fine. No issue with PyCharm as well. This program is perfectly working. Only thing is I forgot that, right, I am working with a set here and expecting that 340 should be in set. How is it possible? It's not possible right now. Anyhow, this will work. Now you see, you have 8 elements and then your output changed now. Total is 562 and then your average is some 70.25. Maybe you can ask me still why it is 70.25, because this time you are dividing, your length is 8. Your length is not 6. Obviously, it will be the same. You got it right. This is the simple idea about playing with set here, friends. Got it? Let me share this code also with you. And then let's move to the next method. We discussed about add now. Let's finish up the topic first. Later on, we can work with as many use cases or as many projects as possible. Next one, remove. Remove means simply remove an element. What you can do, you can say mark set dot. I want something, the min element to be removed. Anyhow, we are doing remove method, right? Let us apply some small logic also. What is that small program? Remove minimum element from a set. I don't want remove all, but what I want to remove the minimum element from a set. Anyone can do now. Now with all the knowledge, all built-in methods, knowledge. I mean, all that details, right? All that information, you can simply do this. How? First get min value from the min marks, minimum marks one. Okay, equal to simply apply min method on mark set. That gives you minimum marks, right? And on this mark set dot simply pass what is that min underscore marks. And this will simply remove the minimum marks that is there, that is present in the set, which is nothing but should be 40. That 40 will be removed. Now let us quickly print set after removing minimum marks from the set. Anyhow, remove just removes what it does, whichever the element you are passing to the remove method. Now print mark set. Okay, I'm just directly printing, not using any description while printing. Now run this. Now you can see here 40 just got removed. This is how remove method. Here our focus is on remove. At the same time, we took one quick project, small mini project here. Right? This is how you have to keep on improving yourself. Right? This is a quick idea. Maybe you can try how to remove max element, or how to remove second minimum element, how to remove second max element. Like that, you can play with different use cases, different scenarios. That help you a lot, friends. This is about remove. Next one after that. After remove, what is that we need? Copy. Copy is a simple thing, right? So mark set to equal to, simply I can say mark set dot copy. This creates one more marks. one more copy of mark set, right? Almost what we have in mark set, the same thing is copied to, not almost, same whatever data is present at this stage in mark set, that is copied to mark set 2. Okay, let's print it. I'm not again adding any description. If you want, you can add description. Maybe for this, let's add a bit of description because we have two different sets copied, right? Same data copied to multiple sets, not just to give that clarity. So we can simply say mark set is, I'm using a simple print here and just use comma. Enough, we are done. Similarly, copy the same print and put it here. And here just say set to, and this is copied one. You know, right, how copy works. I have given a very detailed discussion on copy. Right click and run this. And you can see same sets printed twice. The first one is the original set. The second one is the copied one. Next after that is marks set 3 equal to, let's apply update one. Mark set, okay, dot update. Okay, let's apply update. What update does? Just put a cursor on that. Fetching documentation. See, update a set with the union of itself and others. Just combines two sets, that's all. Mark set dot mark set 2. What will if you pass mark set 2, we get just same copy one more time because it's a duplicate. Nothing is added to that. We do one thing. Let's create a temporary set directly. Create a temporary set directly, friends, instead of using marks. Don't merge with mark set 2. Again, you get same as original list because all duplicates are removed. Then we see one more as same as set, mark set and mark set 2. So you just then pass a temporary set here and update it with mark set. So you just take some element, take some 100, 200, now 300, 400, 500, something like this. Just for testing purpose, we took these marks which are very bigger. Now apply update. Just what happens, update is more like merge method. Even we have discussed update in even in list class, even in string, I think string or one more thing, tuple. We didn't apply on tuple. In list class,
Sir,
we had discussed update.
Small doubt, sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir, here we can use append method. Is it work?
Append don't work, Tulsi, because see, simple. This is set name, right? See, when you
Yes,
say
sir.
set name dot, right? So
Yes,
here,
sir.
just a minute, let me show you. Mark set dot 3, where it's not showing all the details. 1 minute. Or otherwise set one dot. Okay, see here. See, when I say that set name dot, what methods are you are seeing in this list? Tulsi?
Add updated pop.
Do you see any append method here?
No, sir.
Then you cannot use. If you don't see that here, you can't use it, Tulsi. Simple.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Right? You purchased a box of laddus. Quick example. Of course, it's very simple to add for anyone. Then what do you expect from laddu box?
We are expecting from laddus.
Laddu only, same thing. See, from the set class, these are all methods that are present in set class. And only we are allowed to use only these methods, Tulsi. Maybe append is on list class.
Predefined methods.
Correct.
Which comes under the set.
That's what, right?
Yeah.
So we are already discussing the same thing. Methods of set class. When we say methods of set class, what do you mean by that? These are all built-in methods. Also, we had discussed one more important point. What is that? Set is a built-in class. I had already mentioned this point, Tulsi. Let me show you. Set is a built-in class. And it has what built-in methods is what I have already mentioned this. So you got this point now?
Yeah.
So when we say this, see, not only this, in any built-in class, what methods will be present in that built-in class? The methods that are added as a part of that class. So when you say set1.c, what methods it is showing here? Those methods only you can apply on that. You cannot use append here. Why can't you use append here?
Because it's not comes under the set methods.
Correct.
Built-in methods.
Correct. Right. That is the simple idea. Tulsi. So now what you have to do, print this update thing, print marks.set3. Now run this now. None, you are getting none. Let me check why this update is not working. Means okay, let me do one thing. Don't assign this to any variable directly. When you say mark set dot update, all this temporary set or whatever you pass to update method, that automatically gets merged with the mark set. So what is that? You should copy this, paste it. Now print mark set. If you print mark set again, then you can see the data of mark set plus updated with news with new values altogether. That whole set you can see now. Let me show you. Let's run. See. So what happened now? These values, whatever you are passing, that get merged with the parent set. So finally, this is the updated set. See, all that values you are passing gets merged with the original set here. I hope this is clear. This is what update does here. Don't assign to any variable. Just apply update and add that data to the mark set so that gets updated with this original set here. So that's what update do. It will update some iterator object to a set. Here you can pass even list or tuple or dictionary or anything friends. You got it right? This is the idea of what idea about update method. Next one after this. So I think we have discussed almost all add, remove, copy, update, and one more is clear. You can directly apply clear here. Now run this now. And after clearing, you apply print here. Now run this. See, we don't have all elements got cleared just like that. If you just apply clear method. Got it right, friends? So that's the idea about set here. Now we have to discuss one more set of methods present in set class. Maybe. So what all that which we generally those methods performs set operations like intersection, union, all that. So those are all again, even everything here are built-in methods, whatever we are using here are predefined methods, right? So that we see in tomorrow's session. Maybe I'm sharing this also with you. Maybe if you have still some more questions, we can discuss after this. Okay, but this is the idea about set, friends. You got it right? Now we are done with here. Tomorrow we'll talk about those special methods of